Hi friends and dear colleagues, welcome to the 30 days crash course for SET exam 2020 for the subject of commerce. We have already issued part 1 of Indian Companies Act 2013. In this part 2 of Companies Act 2013, we are going to cover formation of a company. In this video, we are going to see how company can be formed. So suppose if I want to start a company, then what are the procedures, what are the steps, what are the legal compliance are required. Normally, when we are going to form any company, it involves two stages. Which are the two stages? So in that first one is promoters and pre-incorporation contracts. There is something where this stage has to be followed. Then there is second very important procedure or steps for formation of a company's registration process, that is incorporation procedure. So promoters are very important person in formation of a company, and he does a lot of contracts before the formation of a company, that which is known as pre-incorporation contract. So we will see one by one. So first procedure is promoters and pre-incorporation contracts. Now when we are talking about promoters, that is defined in section 2 subsection 69 of Indian Companies Act 2013, where promoter means a person who has been named as such in a prospectus or is identified by the company in the annual return referred to in section 92. तो कोई भी बंदा जिसका नाम रहे prospectus में, okay, and who has control over the affairs of the company. Such person who is having control over affair of the company, affair means business of the company, transactions of the company. तो ऐसा कोई भी person जिसका company के transactions पे control होता है. That control may be directly or indirectly, whether as a shareholder, director or otherwise, because promoter can be a shareholder, promoter can be director, promoter can be any other officer or any other person in the company. Okay, so that person's name must be in prospectus. He must control over the affairs of the company directly or indirectly, as a shareholder, director or otherwise, or in accordance with whose advice, direction or instruction the board of directors of the company is accustomed to act. That means when company is to be formed, in the very starting point, promoter is a person who advises, who gives directions or giving instruction to the board of directors so that they can go ahead. Then here controls affairs and he has named in the prospectus. Okay, so prospectus में नाम होना चाहिए उसका. He must have control over the affairs of the company. He can act as a shareholder, director or otherwise. He should give advice, direction or instruction to board of directors, provided that nothing in subclause shall apply to a person who is acting merely in a profession. So there may be a person who are doing all these things, but if that person is working or doing all these things on a professional capacity, then that person cannot be called as a promoter. Why? Because if there is a professional person who is doing all this kind of work for registration purpose of a company, of formation of a company, then he is getting salary for it. Promoter is a person who is having idea to start a company, who initiate to start any company. So here we can see promoter means a person who is responsible for the formation of a company, does all preliminary work for registration of a company. That means he is a person who is a visionary. He is a person who thinks in his mind that he has to start a company, he has to form a company, and therefore whatever work is required to formation of the company, he does all those work, right? Then let us see what are the role of promoters. Promoter is very, as I said, very important person. He has certain role in formation of a company. So we can see one by one. He is the first person who conceives the idea of business. He carry out necessary investigation to find out whether the formation of company is possible and profitable, because even though we have some idea to do business, but having idea and converting into practice is very different thing, and for that you have to do lot of research on that. We have to make some investigation to find out that whether there is possibility of converting idea into practice or no. अदरवाइज आइडिया आइडिया ही बन के रह जाएगा. हमारे दिमाग बहुत आइडिया आते हैं, हम बैठ के सोचते रहते हैं कि हमको ये बिजनेस करना चाहिए, वो बिजनेस करना चाहिए, बट इज इट प्रैक्टिकल टू डू दैट? सो फॉर दैट वी नीड इन्वेस्टिगेशन. हमको इन्वेस्टिगेशन करना पड़ता है. ओके, एंड वी हैव टू सी वेदर दैट आइडिया इफ कन्वर्टेड इनटू बिजनेस or convert into practice, whether it is possible to do that or whether it is profitable or no. And promoter is a person who organize the resources to convert the idea into reality by forming a company. Okay, ये क्या करता है? रिसोर्स कलेक्ट करता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, टू स्टार्ट एनी कंपनी we need certain kind of resources, right? There are many things which have to be done before formation of a company, so all those things are done by promoter. That's why I said promoter is most important person, and that's why this comes in the first stage. Formation doesn't mean just to go and fill up the form and pay fees and company got registered. That is true, but before that promoters are the person who initiate all these things. Without promoter, not possible to form any company. Then select the name of company. Even promoter is a person who select the name of company. Company का नाम क्या रहेगा वही select करता है. Then preparing MOA, memorandum of association and article of association of the proposed company, वही prepare करता है promoter. Then promoter nominate the first director, banker, auditor and etc. officers. The person, the officers who is required at the initial level, all those persons are nominated by the promoter himself. Now promoter select the place where register office has to be situated, because that is must for filing the registration form. You must specify where will be your registered office, so that is also selected by promoter. Then promoter is responsible for incorporation of the company. In the next thing, when if he is making any misstatement in the prospectus, he may be liable under section 36. So as we have seen that he is held liable for non-compliance, right? Liable for fraud. If giving wrong information, he has to pay 50,000 for 5 times the amount. He cannot make secret profit, otherwise he is liable for that. Similarly, if he is doing any kind of misstatement in the prospectus, then he may be liable for that, provided it should be proved in the court of law that he is the person who has given misstatement in the prospect. Misstatement means कुछ wrong information देना. If company makes an offer or accepts monies in contravention of the provision of private placement under section 42, promoters and directors liable for penalty, which may extend to 2 lakh rupees, Indian rupees, or amounts involved, whichever is higher. So if company makes an offer or accept any money, right? कंपनी को कुछ पैसे मिल रहे हैं in contravention of any provision of legal, like private placement के through कुछ पैसे मिल रहे हैं or something like that. In that case, promoter is liable for penalty which may extend to 2 lakh rupees or amount so involved. इसमें से जो ज्यादा अमाउंट रहेगा उतना पेनल्टी भरना पड़ेगा, right? So that means we can say promoter, even though he is a person who has started the company, but he is liable for something. Okay, the rights of the promoter, there are some rights to the promoter because he has a lot of things for formation of company. He is having right to get remuneration from the company. He is having right to profit on transaction entered with the company, right? He is having right, if he is doing any kind of transaction with the company, then he can earn some profit on that. There is no wrong in that. He is having right to sell his property and acquire fully paid up shares following subject to disclosure, right? He can sell his property or acquire fully paid up shares from the company, but it should be disclosed in the accounts. He is having right to buy further shares in the company whenever he want. He can buy, like any other shareholders are buying shares. He's also having right to buy the shares of the company. He can get commission on shares which is sold by him if article may provide for fixed sum to be paid by the company to the promoter. अगर article of association में ऐसा provision है कि he will get fixed sum he will get, promoter, company उसको पे तो he will be paid, right? So these are the duties and liabilities. and these are the rights of the promoters. Duties, liabilities of the promoters and rights of the promoters. Now there are the contracts which the promoters enter for floating the company are called pre-incorporation contract. So any contract which is done between promoters and outside the party, for what purpose? For floating the company. Floating the company, that means to start the company. तो कंपनी स्टार्ट करने के लिए अगर प्रोमोटर किसी बंदे से कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कर रहा है तो such contract will be called as a pre-incorporation contract. Okay, and what are the effects of pre-incorporation contracts? Let us see. So let us see what is the effect. So that contract is not binding on the company. अगर कोई प्री इनकॉर्पोरेशन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हुआ है, मतलब कॉन्ट्रैक्ट और किसी थर्ड पार्टी के बीच में हुआ है जब कंपनी फ्लोट हो रहा था तब, हाँ, और फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ फ्लोटिंग द कंपनी, because at that time company has not in existence, and that is why such pre-incorporation contract is not binding on the company. कंपनी उसके लिए कुछ रिस्पॉन्सिबल नहीं है. Why? Because that contract was done before company's existence. जब वो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हुआ था तो कंपनी एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं था, तो वाई कंपनी विल बाइंड ऑन दैट? तो देयरफॉर इट प्री इनकॉर्पोरेशन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट का कुछ भी असर कंपनी पे नहीं पड़ता है. इवन नॉट बाइंडिंग ऑन द थर्ड पार्टी एज वेल. कंपनी इज ऑल्सो नॉट बाइंडिंग टू थर्ड पार्टी. कल को कोई थर्ड पर्सन है ना, वो कंपनी के ऊपर केस नहीं कर सकता कि भाई तुम्हारे प्रोमोटर ने हमसे ऐसा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट किया था तो ऐसा वैसा यू हैव टू पे दिस. नो नो, बिकॉज एट दैट टाइम company was not in existence. Okay, and for such kind of contract, that is pre-incorporation contract जो भी है, उसके लिए कौन liable है? उसके लिए promoters become personally liable. Company has no impact of such kind of pre-incorporation contract. Then we are going to see B part, that is registration or procedure for registration. So first we have seen about the promoters, who are the promoters and what are the duties, rights, liabilities, and what are the pre-incorporation contract. Now second step in formation of company is registration, that is procedure for registration. So let us see what are the procedure for registration. Here we can see minimum number of persons are required. So minimum number of person, you know very well how many persons are required. So if we are going to form private limited company, minimum 2 numbers are required. If I'm going to start form any public company, we need 7 person, and if I'm going to start 1 person company, तो 1 person means एक ही person चाहिए, right? Then name of the company should be decided, that what will be the name of company which is to be registered, right? और वो कौन डिसाइड करता है? नॉर्मली प्रोमोटर ही डिसाइड करता है, राइट? देन preparation of MOA and AOA, Memorandum of Association and Article of Association. ये बेसिक एंड फंडामेंटल डॉक्यूमेंट्स है, ये आपको प्रिपेयर करके रखना पड़ेगा इफ यू वांट टू गो फॉर रजिस्ट्रेशन ऑफ एनी कंपनी. देन इवन यू हैव टू डिसाइड हु विल बी द फर्स्ट डायरेक्टर ऑफ द कंपनी. देन there must be a declaration from the professional. Professional means it may be lawyer, it may be CA, CS, ICMA. These professional people must give declaration where they will write that all the compliance, legal compliance which is required for formation of a company has been complied with. तो वैसा एक declaration चाहिए रहता है. Okay, then you have to file an affidavit. Then payment of fees and stamp duty has to be paid. Once all these documents are settled down, it is submitted to the authority, that is Register of Companies, that is MCA के website पर आपने सब submit कर दिया है, fees भर दिया है. And if everything is okay as per the requirement, then they will issue certificate of incorporation within limited period. Okay, on the receipt of certificate of incorporation, public company has to complete certain legal formalities such as statutory meeting or statutory report etc. तो अगर पब्लिक कंपनी को सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ इनकॉर्पोरेशन मिल गया तो उसको आगे का प्रोसीजर करना ही पड़ेगा, because that is part of legal compliance, that is holding statutory meeting and statutory report banana वगैरह, right? Fine. So these are certain thing, the procedure which is required for formation of company. एक बार short में देख लेते हैं. minimum number of person को decide करना पड़ेगा, what will be the name of the company. Then we have to prepare very important document which has to be there. while filing the registration documents. तो MOA and AOA, Memorandum of Association, Article of Association. Okay. Then first director का भी नाम होना चाहिए. Declaration from professional must be there. There must be filing of an affidavit. Then payment of fees must be there and stamp duty. Okay. ये सब उसमें मेंशन रहता है रजिस्ट्रार के वेबसाइट पे. MCA का वेबसाइट है MCA21, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कॉर्पोरेट अफेयर्स. MCA21 करके उनका वेबसाइट है. उसके वेबसाइट पे एवरीथिंग यू विल गेट ऑल द डेटा. What documents, what statement, what fees, what affidavit, everything. Format is given to everything. So you have to download, you have to fill up, and you have to upload the things. Even payment of fees is also online. Stamp duty सब कुछ online भरना है. और सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ इनकॉर्पोरेशन भी डिजिटल आता है आपको. ठीक है. Okay. The next thing is documents need to be submitted to the ROC for incorporation. So let us see which are the documents needed. So like memorandum of association and article of association. That is very basic and fundamental document. Then we need form number 1. Why? Form number on non judicial stamp paper. 20 रुपए का नॉन स्टैम्प आता है. नॉन जुडिशियल स्टैम्प पेपर, उस पर फॉर्म नंबर 1 रहता है. उसमें डिक्लेरेशन रहता है बाय अटॉर्नीज और एडवोकेट स्टेटिंग दैट ऑल द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ द इन्फॉर्मर हैज बीन कंप्लाइड विद दिस. ये था ना डिक्लेरेशन. दिस वन फॉर्म नंबर 1. फॉर्म नंबर 18 इज रिक्वायर्ड टू बी सबमिटेड, जिसमें क्या रहता है. तो दिस शुड बी fill up by one of the director informing ROC detailing the registered office of the proposed company. कि हमारे कंपनी का रजिस्टर्ड ऑफिस कहाँ रहेगा वो ROC को बताना पड़ता है. तो कौन बताएगा? एनी वन ऑफ द डायरेक्टर. किस कैसे बताएगा? तो बाय फिलिंग फॉर्म नंबर 18. देन फॉर्म नंबर 29 इज रिक्वायर्ड टू बी फिल्ड अप. उसमें क्या रहता है कि दैट इज कंसेंट फ्रॉम ऑल द प्रपोज डायरेक्टर. मतलब जो नई कंपनी फॉर्म हो रही है उसके जो भी डायरेक्टर्स का नाम है प्रपोज डायरेक्टर, उन लोग का कंसेंट होना चाहिए. कंसेंट मतलब दे आर एग्रीड टू बी अ डायरेक्टर इन प्रपोज्ड कंपनी. बट दिस फॉर्म नंबर 29 इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड टू बी फिल्ड इन केस ऑफ प्राइवेट कंपनी. ठीक है. पब्लिक कंपनी तो फॉर्म नंबर 29 भरना पड़ेगा. देन फॉर्म नंबर 32 इज रिक्वायर्ड टू बी फिल अप. इसमें क्या रहता है? तो इट इज अ फॉर्म स्टेटिंग द फैक्ट ऑफ अपॉइंटमेंट of the proposed director on the board of director from the date of incorporation. That means date of incorporation से जो भी अपॉइंटमेंट होगा प्रपोज डायरेक्टर का उसका नाम यहाँ पे रहना चाहिए. उस फॉर्म नंबर 32 के लिए भरना पड़ता है. देन पावर ऑफ अटॉर्नी साइंड बाय ऑल दी सब्सक्राइबर ऑफ MOA, राइट, authorizing one of the subscriber or any other person to act on behalf of the purpose of इनको. तो जितने भी सब्सक्राइबर्स है मेमोरेंडम ऑफ एसोसिएशन के, एक्चुअली उन लोग कंपनी फॉर्म कर रहे हैं, राइट, वो सब अप्लाई कर रहे हैं सब काम, लेकिन दे आर नॉट डूइंग पर्सनली. एनी वन ऑफ देम और एनी अदर पर्सन हु इज प्रोफेशनल इन दिस केस. फॉर्मेशन में प्रोफेशनल था वो उसका काम ही रहता है. तो हम उसको एक MOA साइन करके मतलब एक पावर ऑफ अटॉर्नी उसको दे देते हैं. क्यों देते हैं? ताकि वो हमारे बिहाफ पे काम कर सके ना, क्योंकि एट मेनी प्लेसेस पर्सनली वी नीड सच सब्सक्राइबर. अब वो नहीं आ सकते हर समय, तो क्या करते हैं हम एक पावर ऑफ अटॉर्नी उसको दे देंगे साइन करके. दोज हु आर द सब्सक्राइबर ऑफ MOA दे विल साइन ऑन दैट on behalf of that person. For what purpose? For the purpose of incorporation only. Okay. Then if suppose any company is doing business but they have not registered, then what will be the effect of non-registration? देखते हैं what are the consequences or no effects. तो association shall be an, उसको हम illegal association बोलेंगे. Every member of the association becomes personally liable. So if you are part of a company and that company is not registered, then all the member of that company are personally liable, right? Company cannot contract debts. Okay. आप डेट्स नहीं ले सकते क्योंकि आपको डेट्स कोई देगा ही नहीं, क्योंकि जो डेट्स देगा पहले देखेगा ना भाई आपका स्टेटस, आप रजिस्टर्ड हो कि नहीं हो. बिकॉज इफ यू आर नॉट रजिस्टर्ड एंड सपोज दे हैव गिवन डेट टू यू, इवन इन फ्यूचर इफ यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू पे हिम ना, ही कैन नॉट टेक मनी फ्रॉम यू लीगली, वो नहीं ले सकता. तो इसीलिए वो क्यों फंसे भाई. तो दैट्स वाई डेट भी नहीं मिलेगा. कैन नॉट बी रैंक्ड एज अ क्रेडिटर. आप क्रेडिटर भी आपका रैंक नहीं मिल सकता है. यू कैन नॉट गिव एनी गुड्स क्रेडिट टू एनीवन. कैन नॉट बी वाउंड अप. आपका वाउंड अप होना पॉसिबल नहीं क्योंकि आप रजिस्टर्ड ही नहीं हुए ना भाई. तो आप वाउंड अप, आपका एग्जिस्टेंस ही नहीं है. even though you are doing business, but since you have not registered your company, there is no legal status of your company, right? So that's, if there is no legal status, how it will be wound up? Possibly नहीं है. एंड नो सूट कैन बी फाइल्ड फॉर द पार्टीशन ऑफ द असेट्स और डिसोल्यूशन। कल को अगर उस कंपनी का डिसोल्यूशन होता है और किसी को कम ज्यादा कुछ भी होता है तो आप उसके लिए कोर्ट में सूट भी नहीं कर सकते। व्हाई? बिकॉज किसके नाम पे सूट करोगे? वो तो एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं करता ना लीगल सेंस में। कंपनी इज नॉट रजिस्टर्ड, देन अगेंस्ट whom you will file case? So that is the thing. That's why we should keep in mind every company should be registered one. Thank you. Now we will